I could share this link out from in here also to people like I did the other one, or do I need to send it to
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Don't hold up 1 second. Let's get that intro in there. Whoop, whoop.
Sorry.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Getting to Know the Artist. I am Wiggles, and today we have Robinhood of Rhyme with us. That's right. None of you know who he is. Sit down, shut up. I brought him to your attention. Now that that's over with, now you can get to know him. Yeah, you can don't share out the StreamYard link, obviously, or you're gonna have people trying to come up in the chat, like up here on the
Yeah, my
banner. But
fault.
that actual post that I sent you or
Yeah.
whatever, you can promote that, share it out. If you have
Yeah, I
people
shared
that
that. I was
message
just
you,
wondering because, sorry,
go ahead. So
I had a friend just hit me up. I was gonna share it to him, and I didn't know how to do it from in here. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, you
So
should be able to still. It might black you
yeah,
out on the screen, but we can
yeah.
still
I'm gonna
hear you
finish
and
it real
whatnot.
quick. There we go.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
I'm in it.
I'm gonna play this little sound for some fun.
All right, cool.
That's right, motherfuckers! Welcome in! TZ, what's up? Widget, what's up? Oh, that's me. Lumberjack, what up? I appreciate y'all coming through, I do. But yeah, at any rate, I met this guy. I'm gonna give you a little intro. Normally I don't do this. I met this guy through a underground rap hip hop group on Facebook, and it was just like a stab in the dark. I was kind of trolling everybody in the group's like, I'm the best artist, I'm the best da 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 da, and I'm like, I'm the best artist interviewer, and one thing led to another. So I'm glad you got in contact with me and we could make this happen, especially last minute.
Yeah,
Uh,
me too.
Look, man, we're gonna just jump right into the questions and go from there. So, how about we start with what's your name? Where was you born and raised? And where do you currently live now?
Robinhood of Rhyme. I go by BJ Wolf on Facebook, but I mean that's just my personal Facebook. I got Robinhood of Rhyme. You know what I'm saying, on all platforms and on Facebook and IG and all that. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I've lived in Florida, Louisiana, Missouri, you name it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm back here in Nashville again. It's not like the hometown. You know what I'm saying? Playing for the hometown
Home
team.
sweet home, yeah. Plus, that's like the music scene, right?
Yeah,
Nashville,
it's
even
pretty.
if you're not into country, there's like a lot of just music influence
Yeah,
generally
this
there.
definitely is definitely. And I mean, Jelly Roll being from here is a perfect example of how you can pretty much accomplish anything around here. You know what I'm saying? Him coming from rap and coming from the background he came from, and then you know what I'm
Right.
saying. We're similar ages. I'm a little bit
Okay.
younger, but
Right, right. Now that's cool, man. So I have a question in here that I normally ask people that I know for sure, but we're just gonna go ahead and touch on the subject. I know you not to be a juggalo, but you do ironically do some horrorcore music and whatnot. Backstage, he was briefly stating your, I guess, your thought or homage or respect to ICP or whatever. Could you maybe just touch on that a little bit? Like,
yeah.
what's your what does being a juggalo like mean to you? Like, what's the word, the term? You know,
Well,
anything you have to.
it's been defined to me by juggalos as you know, and so really it's the easiest way to put it, and it seems accurate. You know what I'm saying? A sense of family, a sense of people who maybe don't really feel like they fit stat quo, and I really fall into that as far as I don't really feel like I'm this or that. You know what I mean? But you know, y'all have a
Right.
very uh, particular sense of group gathering and like family and like independence at the same time. And then like,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
the horror scene and everything being behind that, and then the music. And of course, like I know there's festivals and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's something that I can be around. I've never really completely personified, you know what I'm saying, for
No, yeah,
myself.
yeah. That's cool.
But like you said,
So
I do make a lot, actually, probably more horrorcore than you're aware of. I actually, if anybody goes to my Spotify, I believe it. If it's not, it will be after this. But I believe in my top five in my personal playlist. When you scroll down, I have an actual horrorcore playlist. It's got over 10 tracks that are all mine, that are all horrorcore. You know what I mean?
all right, yeah. And at the end of the stream, we're gonna get all of your links and stuff like that. That'll be in the description, so you guys can find this man afterwards. Like I said, he was a random find, a random pick, and I know a lot of y'all on my YouTube and whatnot probably have no idea who this man is. I don't know who he is. That's why we trying to get to know who he is. Um. So yeah, that's what's up, and I appreciate you respectfully speaking on the subject.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start making music, man? What was that switch that was like, hey, I want to do this, and then made you start doing it?
Well, that switch was a long time coming. That switch was really switched off. I was a poet and a poetry fan and an English kind of type major and a journalist, sports journalist in high school and college. But leading up to that, a poet, Edgar Allan Poe, was my favorite, and we both
I think the homie's fading in and out. Man, if you're still there, you can hear me. Just back out and come back in. Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, yeah. Uh, hopefully he just comes back up. Technical difficulties. I hope that ain't on my end, but that my end wouldn't make him cause him to back out. I don't think so. Hopefully he just resends the thing, and we'll get him back up here. Killing draws. Whoop whoop. Easy. What's up, lumberjack dude? I appreciate you coming through. I don't think I've ever seen you in my stream. There he goes.
and it wouldn't
No,
like
no,
I
don't
declined the phone
apologize,
call.
bro. Just reload in and we keep running it.
All
Like
right,
it's
cool.
normal. I be choppy too sometimes, so
I apologize,
you
y'all.
can hold the fort down for me sometimes. No, you're good,
All right,
man.
cool,
That's
cool. All right, so basically what I was saying was, you know, we all know like rhythm and poetry is the name of rap, right? So Edgar Allan Poe was like already like gory. So me being from Tennessee, when 3 6 Mafia came out, it was a natural kind of transition, right? Well, I became a freestyle artist, if you want to say that. Like I freestyle with my spare time, and I wrote a little bit, but I never really. I always was playing, and then I was out there selling drugs and like doing my thing, and I was hype manning and battling other local artists for money. And I went to prison, and at that time when I went to prison, my homeboy, my best friend, had become a show promoter, and he was promoting local shows for like local artists, right?
right.
And I had been like battling them and whatever, and like battling for money and hype man in the show. And I got out of prison, and I was with my wife, my ex-wife, for a couple years, and we got a divorce. And I wanted to try to find independent like type of extra money, you know what I'm saying, for like my son and whatnot. Well, I was going to
Right.
do NFTs, and then I was going to do poetry, and it all kind of transmogrified into back being into rap. And I told my homeboy, who was then doing shows for NLE Choppa, Mexican OT, DJ Paul, you know what I'm saying? He was
Really?
really doing his thing.
Stop. DJ Paul, that's
Yeah,
the homie.
yeah, and he did, and that, of course that's the homie for me too. You know what I'm saying? And he did actually a show for DJ Paul where DJ Paul was giving out tattoos before the show. So that was super
Ooh.
cool. So when I told him, hey man, I think I'm gonna take this seriously. I'm gonna start writing. I'm gonna start recording. I'm gonna start releasing. You feel me? He he said, I always knew you had it in you. I was just waiting on you to take it seriously. Like I said back then, I was in the streets. I was for the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was something that I wanted to kick myself in the ass for, and him in the ass for not telling me before. But it was also like a great springboard for motivation for me to know that it's not just me that believes in myself. And now we don't really need that as artists. You should never need that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what you're
But it,
trying to accomplish. But it's
right.
also for somebody that's had that type of success. It's good to hear. You know what I mean?
No, I mean it feels good, I'm sure, and especially if you know it's a genuine, like compliment or something. That ain't somebody just a yes ma'am, or you
Right.
know what I'm saying.
Exactly. And
Like
this is a
they
homie. Like
somebody
he was
that's
like,
gonna say, "Nah, this ain't it, dude."
right.
So absolutely, that's what's up. Who who do you look up to then in the music industry? Like, who do you inspire from underground and or like mainstream radio or whatever? Like, what artists do you pull from, if any, when you go to like make music and stuff?
I'm gonna name a bunch off. To be honest, like first of all, first and foremost, I've already mentioned 36 Mafia. Uh, I'm gonna say Lord Infamous is my favorite rapper ever, and he's
Okay.
he's like the originator of 36 Mafia, right? So he literally came up with the idea, and I don't know if y'all know this, but he's DJ Paul's half brother. Now he's moved on to be in a better place. You know what I'm saying? He's R.I.P. Lord Infamous, but he's really where my creative horrorcoreism sprung from because liking Poe and liking 36 Mafia, and then what he did with his style of music, and really Machiavelli God is a new artist I'm still under,
Yeah, bro.
and
No,
he's
I fuck
fire,
with
bro. Like he's the
Machiavelli.
coldest white boy to me. Like you talking about underground, like he ain't really underground, but like he is though. You know what I'm saying? So I really like
Bitch,
Machiavelli
I'm a
God.
bona fide hustler when it comes to rap. Dude, I
Yeah,
be fucking with him without even knowing I fuck with him. Like, that's
yeah.
what's
Franchise
up.
Boy 2 is the new song he's got out, a couple months old. It's fire, bro. But like Tech Nine, lyrically, Eminem, and then Tech Nine again for his lyricism, and then also of course like Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? And another underground artist I would mention because I try to stray into the positive and not the cliche gang banging all this shit all the time is a new artist called GTW Mike. It's Mik, and he's got some really good like this one song called Sorry. Really good. It's dude like I say this lightly, y'all probably gonna be like, but it's gonna make you probably want to go look him up. He's kind of Juice World reincarnate, bro, but like not the same, but like kind of like you'll hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And yeah, I mean DJ Paul, all of 36 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be honest, I'm gonna say this, and I know Juicy J will probably never see this, but sorry if you do. I feel like he was the weakest link of 36 Mafia rapping wise, but he has so much to offer
Uh-oh.
that's really irrelevant. But like I like Crunchy Black, I like all, but Lord Infamous was my dog. You know what I'm saying? And I
Heck
actually had the
yeah.
opportunity to feature with Lil Infamous, his son. He dude listened to my music. I talked to him about a feature. He loved my music. He was like, "Let's do it." And but unfortunately, because of the respect, the utmost respect I have for his father, I kind of stepped into a higher bidding war than I was really able to. Like I kind of like gave him a price that I should have probably ever said. You dig what I'm saying? Like for how
Right.
much I'd be willing to pay. And then I started thinking about it, and looking at his numbers. I was like, man, he's not his dad. You know what I mean? Like, but I love his music. I listen to his music all the time, and ain't nothing wrong with the guy. I couldn't really afford that at the time, so that never happened. But
Right.
not a 5150 is another one that's kind of underground. We did a song together. If you've ever heard of him, he's an
Okay.
MMA fighter and a rapper, a white guy.
I'm not sure if I've heard of him or not.
Yes, yeah.
I'm be real, dude. I've slept on you in the sense of like your music. Only I don't know, dude. I consume so much music, and I have so many artists in my inbox. And that's not me trying to be like I don't know, like big about myself or whatever. But
No, I
I
get
really
it.
do have a lot of people in my inbox now throwing links like, "Hey, check me out! Hey, check me
Right.
out! Hey, check me out!
It's
Hey,
hard
I
to even
want an
keep up with
interview!
that.
Hey, I want an interview!" So like I just remembered like you got at me and you stayed on me for a minute and then like shit was happening in my life and then I had some old interviews and I felt like I ghosted you, and I'm like, huh, I wonder if just on a random he'll come get on and we can run that. So,
Right.
like I said again, I appreciate it, and it's not personal or nothing like that.
No, it was never taken that way, bro. I just and I understand you had things going on because we talked about some things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just you got to be patient. I mean, I've been patient for 3 years trying to find a record deal and dealing with scammers. Oh my god! After scammers and
Right.
intelligent ones, bro.
Everybody just trying to get their hand in the pot. They ain't really
Intelligent
trying to
ones,
help you out.
bro.
Yeah. Uh. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Uh. Who? Okay. Any current projects in the work or what's next? So, do you have any concerts or albums or anything coming out or anything like that that you
Well,
would
I had I've been on about at least 15, if not 20 shows in just over 2 years. You know what I'm saying? I've been in Missouri in front of like 250 people. I've been in Florida on a mobile home bash tour with this dude called Marcotic. He's a white country rapper from around here. You know what I'm saying?
right?
I've been in Atlanta. I've been in Chattanooga. I've been in Memphis, and I was gonna be in Memphis tonight, but I'm here. I didn't really think it was worth it, bro. Like sometimes you gotta really, if you got to travel and you don't have a fan base there or that's going with you or whatever, like it's a good opportunity always to get your music out. But so I've been kind of
But
taking a step back from performing, but I've got an album that just came out last night. You know what I'm saying? Like, or today, really.
okay, y'all see right there, he's got an album out, a new one, so you can get in fresh with what he's doing right now.
Right. And it's called Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, but obviously it's the most recent release. You know what I'm saying? And the last song is it's definitely horrorcore, but it's very, very unique. The last song on the album is called Atlantis. It's very, very unique, and I love it. But it's really, actually, really old. And
Huh.
I never really released it. You know what I'm saying? And so I finally just added it to this album. So as far as the people who like horrorcore, you know what I mean, you might check that one out. It's very. I would call it like lyrical horrorcore. Like it's very lyrical. You know what I mean? But it's also
I'm
dark.
curious. I'll
Yeah.
definitely have to check it out. And dude, at least for me, everything don't have to be horrorcore. I'm a fucking juggalo. I don't like I said earlier. I don't know
Right.
what you really believe to the subject of it, but that's a way of life. That's a culture for me.
Right.
But I listen to other music. Like I like to just hang out in the reggae area all day long, or I like weird, different. So not everything, at least for me, has to be horrorcore
Right.
trap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like some, you know, Blind Melon and
Right. Yeah.
classics
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
whatnot. So
Beck or
as long as
something.
it's got a good beat or a tune or something about it, I can start vibing to. I'll at least give it a shot. Generally speaking, I don't listen to a whole lot of gospel and opera, but yeah, no,
So
that's
you
cool.
said
I'll
you felt
definitely.
like you slept on me a little bit at first. So what? You kind of did a deeper dive and saw you
Well,
saw substance or what?
yeah, I did listen. You don't come off as a square. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Dude,
Right.
I thought you were just a stiff fucking breeze in the wind. Really, that group. I didn't. That group's a whole lot of showmen. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? People just they care about, like we just said, they care about themselves, bro.
Right.
And you're like, I'm the best, and it's about me. And it seems like everybody in that group is just like, and it's okay. Listen, anybody watching on the replay, watching right now, it's okay to be about you because you is what matters. Number one is you. But if you want to get anywhere, if you want to actually gain some fans, you're not going to do it by starting off as a cocky prick that don't have no respect or show some kind of appreciation to the people that are starting to listen to you or appreciate you, or you know what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
group seems like there's a lot of big-headed people in there. And
Yeah,
I
it's
really didn't
redundant.
know. I thought you was pretty much just joking me or gonna be whatever. Anybody can tell me they got horrorcore music or say they're a
Right.
rapper, but unless I do my own little, and that's why I say you got to have 3 or more songs. So at least I know you're not wasting my time. You're not wasting yours. But then I got to listen. So are those 3 or less songs even any good? Or do you actually have 3 or more? Do you have an album? Do you have 2 albums? Do
Well,
whatever? And
speaking
I'm
of which,
nobody famous. You know what I'm saying? I'm nobody whatever. Who am I to set these rules or you know what I'm saying? But this is my stream. This is what I do. This is my context. That's how I interview and process. So yes, I did. I kind of slept on you. I didn't listen to your shit, man. When you first, I'm be real. When you first sent it to
right,
me, I'm like, at least he actually does have some links. He's willing to send that. We'll set this here, and then life happened. You know what I'm saying? And then,
right.
yeah, before actually going ahead and pulling you up or making that decision to hit you up, I skimmed through some of your music and the sound and whatnot, and yeah, you're definitely not what I expected, and that's what I mean. I still need to listen to more
Yeah,
of
I
your
definitely have a
music and give you
variety,
a
man,
shot.
like a large variety. You know what I'm saying? And then I wanted to throw
Yeah.
out there. Also want to throw out there. I mentioned my latest release, and not to be redundant and go back to it, but if anybody is interested in the fact that we've already conquered, we're talking about horrorcore. I wanted to just mention "Demons" is a song that was my most recent put out, and it was on February 28th. And funny story about that song, I finally found a collab. There's a long story to how it all kind of happened and everything. But the funny story is my verse I wrote and it was too long for my part. So I read it backwards and it fit. So it's like Ozzy Osbourne, bro. Like literally like what I spit in that song, it's not backwards from right to left, but it's backwards from bottom to top. And
Oh
it
no
still makes sense.
shit.
So it's a really dope ass song. So that's why I want to say whoever does go check me out, Demons is probably where you want to start. And then for the last 2 Halloweens, I've put out horrorcore EPs that are like
That's
5 tracks each. And so
that's
like
kind
each
of
Halloween I do that. You know what I mean?
right. That's kind of funny that you say that because my next question on the list actually is what's your favorite or one of your favorite songs that you have ever made? And if there's too many, then maybe give us like a top 3 songs that you really, they're personal to you or for some reason or another, you're real passionate. Like that video that you done on it or that memory that's tied to it or you just overall, killed the song or whatever. 3 top favorite songs that you've made.
My first instinct is to think from my outside the box work because my outside the box work is so creatively unique, but still offers quite a bit of substance. And with those, I'm going to say Demons, of course, but I'm going to say a song called Cadence. And it's what that is. It's the inside of the mind of an artist when he's like going on tour and like what he's thinking. So it's like a third person kind of perspective. So like the rapper's rapping, but it's really more or less his thoughts while he's preparing for a show. And so that's a
Right.
really unique concept that really, I guess Eminem did. Somebody pointed out, but not really. Kind of like with like the one on 8 Mile. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't really know that it's ever been done like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's very, 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 very lyrical. So if you're into lyrical rap, yeah, check that out. But like, I guess as far as one that is like personal and emotional to me, that I'm very proud of because of the story that's, I told you I was divorced or whatever, and I started trying to get money for my son, and this is all for my son. And I haven't seen him in 18 months. On a side note, I just got off the phone with him right before we got on here for the second time in that time period. My ex has been playing games. But that
Well, I'm
song is
glad you
called
got to
Fall Apart.
speak to him for a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm making steps, and I've got a lawyer now, and I'm doing unfortunately what has to be done instead of just going and finding him on my own because we live in a
Yeah,
society
yeah,
with laws. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Can't just grab him up, man.
you know, So, but
Yeah.
it's called Fall Apart, and it's a song about life generally, but it teaches lessons. And I've talked to my son in the song. You know what I mean? And it's
Okay.
pretty much a trap song, but it's like emotional trap. You know what I'm saying?
Emotional Trap. It's
Yeah.
interesting. I'm gonna definitely check it out because I'm a father that don't get to see his son that often either. So
Yeah,
hell,
fall
I might
apart. You're like, I
relate.
actually have three songs about my son and the situation. If you touch base with me later, I'll let you know if you're interested in hearing the other ones. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
But yeah,
yeah,
it's a touchy subject. I understand. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure. Okay, man. So you're how old?
I'm 40, and I said that when I released my album on June 19th on my birthday, on Juneteenth on of last year, that it'd be my last album. But that hasn't how it's really panned out because I love this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I'm about to be 33, man. So
Yeah.
that's that. But I asked your age for the next question mainly. So well, it's kind of two part. You said you've been making music for the better side of 10 years, right?
Yeah, pretty much 10 years, but like I haven't been like writing and releasing only for well, New World Anthem was my inspired song that was my first track and that was I think it was December of 20 anyway, it's been not quite 3 years, 22 I think December.
Okay, and
And
so
yeah.
then that's a question to lead on to this question. Realistically, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you have a 5 year plan? Do you want to be signed? Are you going to keep
I
doing
want to
this
be signed.
music
I do
thing
want to be signed.
independent?
I do want to be
Yeah,
signed, and a lot of people don't, and I we can agree to disagree all day long on that. There's a lot of reasons that I feel like I could be signed and be doing better than I am right now. Primarily because being a single father felon, you know, I don't really have the money to just like get great production and whatever. So if I got signed, I'd have a team and I'd have, you know what I mean? I'd
yeah.
have
You
a studio and whatever, you know what I mean?
you don't want to
So,
do the LLC, go your own independent route or
well,
whatever
I
first, or is
haven't
that
gotten
kind of where
around to
you're
that.
at
And the
now?
thing is, it's so much to keep up with, and when you gotta pay rent and pay everything, it's really just a lot to keep up with. I'd love to be able to do that, but when I was doing my music at my peak, to be honest, like last year,
Yeah,
I really was negating and like kind of shirking personal responsibilities accidentally a little bit because of how much time it takes. You know what I mean? But I do
no,
have a
yeah,
label
it's
name. It's just not. I haven't copyrighted it or LLC'd it. Label name called Southern Stylistics ENT. You know what I'm saying? And a brand and a logo and you know what I'm saying. I just haven't actually done all that. You know.
yeah, yeah. Most people, you're right. Most people come up here, and unless it's like a really big name, and like they know that they're at least, gonna be doing well off and better than where they are, they don't want to be signed because, like, most people say once you get on a label, they own you, and that's the truth.
It
Like,
is. It is. You
anything
got to
you
be
make
smart.
is theirs. Here's your little chunk of money. It's like a
Right.
loan. Here's your $100,000 for this year. Now, anything you make, anything tied to your name, they get the money. So
Right.
if it's an investment to them to hope that you exceed that $100,000 because that's
Right.
profit in their pocket. And
Absolutely.
but at the same time, on the flip side, they're constantly getting your name out there now. You're on the radio. You're this. You're on that ad with featuring so and so. Or
Yeah, I feel
so. I
like
mean,
if my name was out there enough that my music would be doing and it's done well at certain points in times, but I've also fought battles personally that smaller artists face against Spotify and DistroKid and things like that that I wouldn't have to fight if I was signed to a label. And not only that, but like my music, I'll just say speaks for itself, but I believe that if it was out there and being promoted properly and under the right hands, that I wouldn't have to worry about return. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, right.
But I would like to be.
Oh,
I'd like to be. You know, I battled with this for a while. I wouldn't mind being a ghostwriter because of my age and just writing. You know what I'm saying? Also, you know.
okay. Yeah, I don't know how all that works. I actually got a buddy that's wrote some songs that got picked up by some known country artists and stuff.
Right.
I can't put details out there specifically, but like yeah, that could be a revenue. That's a different answer, man. I appreciate that from my norm or whatever. And with that, it kind of ties in. Like you just kind of gave an answer, but you might have something separate. So, if not music, then what? You know what I'm
If
saying?
not
What would you be?
music,
Would you
then
be working a 9 to 5 or?
I would love to I would love to just tell you I have a great job right now and things are going well and I'd be lying my fucking socks off. But luckily I'm not wearing socks right now, so we can talk about music, right?
Yeah,
I've had good jobs and I have good skills, but I'm also a felon. And so, really, if anything, 9 to 5, whatever, if I had my choice, I would make some political moves and I would try to get my felony taken off. And I would just have work a regular job. I'd be like a box truck driver or a heavy equipment
yeah,
operator, like I was. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Hey, I ain't mad at you about it. My boy in the comments said the streets. Shit, it'd be about that trapping. Life's hard. That's what I
It is.
mean. You can't judge a book by its cover, you
Yeah, I mean,
know.
I've been there.
So no, I respect it. You don't think? Do you think though? Like, would you still be involved in it though? Like, do you have a
They
passion
did it
for it
again.
as a
God damn it.
consumer? Oh, it's okay. Come back. Come back. We're just gonna go ahead and hit this one. Wake everybody up on the ones and twos. Hit everybody with that ones and twos. Hopefully he comes back. I think dude's pretty interesting. I know everybody's probably over hanging in Swill stream. That's okay. But some of y'all are popping in, and I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us and, you know, giving this man a chance. And I have no doubt he'll be back. Give him a little minute to figure it out when he hops back in here for sure, though. I'm going to run downstairs if he's okay with it and grab me a fresh monster. Oh, look, here he comes. Are you with? Oh, it's loading. Are you with us? If it works where it's just sound. Oh, if if you need to come
There
on
we
with just
go.
like,
There we go.
yeah,
All right, look,
you
man.
straight, man.
Look, I apologize, man. I keep getting a call. This dude keeps calling me, man. I'm like, and it's just automatically kicking me out when it does it.
Yeah, put your phone on do not disturb on the drop down.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what
Yeah, I
I
don't even know
do.
how to do that. I'm old. So here, hold on. Let me figure that out.
That's cool. I'm gonna go grab me a fresh monster. I was just saying, so we can. So I'm good to finish up our interview. If you drag down your screen, bro, and there should be a little option. Well, I don't know what kind of phone you got. That it either says
Oh
focus,
my god.
professional, or you can click on it and put do not disturb, and it will
Hold on.
just
Say that
make
again.
it.
I was out of the room. Say that again, real quick.
It says professional mode or focus or do not disturb. It should be a little box, and you click on that from your drag down. Like you got to way drag down where it shows like all of your settings, your flashlight, your Bluetooth, everything should be showing. In my phone, I
Yeah,
have a.
I see flashlight,
Is there spots that
record,
says do not
battery,
disturb?
calculator. Yeah, all I see is airplane mode, and when there it is, focus. There it is. Do not disturb. Okay.
Yeah, click on that button. Bam!
I never
Now
used that, not
you
once,
you
bro, and
you
I'm using it now though. Yeah,
That was
whoever's still
me.
with us, thank
People,
you.
I would have messenger calls mess up my stream, and I'd get mad. I would get kicked out as the host, and I'm like, man, I can't be having that. So,
Right, yeah, man, that's crazy.
listen, I don't know if people will talk to you in the chat, but if you just want to ramble on or you want to take a minute, you can hit your camera down below where it says cam like this, and it'll take your
Yeah,
camera away, but you'll still be there. Also, if you
yeah,
have somebody come through something you don't want us to see or whatever, that's good for that. Or if you need to holler at somebody, but you don't mind about your camera, I just muted my mic, and you'll still be there, but we just won't hear you or whatever. At any rate, give me like 2 minutes to run downstairs, grab this monster, and I'll be back up here. Everybody hanging out in the chat, I love you guys. Please keep each other company. Throw some questions in the chat for this man. He can either blindly answer or answer when I get back. Again, if you hop out for whatever reason, connection, just load back in, man. I got nothing but time all night, and
All
I
right. Yeah,
appreciate you coming and hanging
I,
out.
I appreciate it too, man. I appreciate it. And this is what I'm gonna say. I went to chat, and I'm gonna talk to the chat. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Comments. So somebody figured it out. So somebody said, "Can he see the chat?" I can see the chat, but I'm not on YouTube. So I'm gonna talk from here. If y'all can hear me, say hi.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they should.
Okay.
So
So if
yeah,
you got a question for
correspond.
me, just post it in the comments, and I can't join the chat, but I'll just respond from up here. You know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't got time for
But
that, man.
so anything y'all want to know, you know what I'm saying?
You're not doing that.
Like I said, I'm Robin Hood of Rhyme. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I've been in and around music a long time. Were you ever scared putting music out? If so, how did you get over that? That's a great question, actually. To be honest, scared putting music out. Yes, a little bit sometimes because I want it to be the best and I want it to be heard and received. But I've never been afraid of social interaction or public performance or anything like that. And I've also freestyled for a long time. So, like, obviously, like, you do that around people. So it builds your confidence and it builds your ability to not think you're naked when you're on stage. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Call, crow name Call. That's a cool name. Lumberjack. To answer you, what song should you look up first? Well, let me ask you this, my guy. Like, what's your genre? What's your favorite genre? Because I've done R&B, I've done trap, I've done horrorcore. You know what I'm saying?
Move.
Lyrical rap. I'm a conscious lyrical Memphis rapper, but I'm from Nashville, like Memphis type sound. You know what I'm saying? So I would say the three songs I said earlier are a good starting point. Demons is new, and then Cadence, and then a really new one that's on my brand new album that was really popular and got taken down and had 15,000 streams and got taken down because they assumed that and I swear to God, I could prove to you how many streams it was in front of it. It was on one
Crow, what'd he
playlist.
say? What'd he say, Crow? He said he was big scared, didn't he?
Yeah,
Big
well, I said I
scared.
was big scared putting out music, but not performing. You know what I'm saying? There's really no
Oh,
way to
okay.
get over it except for getting familiar with it, Crow. You know what I'm saying? But and being confident in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Pray. You know what I'm saying? But Lumberjack, I'll just say this is a song called Proceed. It's on my new album. You should check that one out. You know what I'm saying? Started with a truck and a buddy, and we're building it up. Yeah, running blacktop silk coat is a good money, and it's something that's not a whole lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? So props to you on your business, bro. And good luck.
Okay, so Robin Hood. What did you want to be as a kid, man? Was it a singer or maybe you wanted to be an astronaut, dude?
I wanted to be the first thing I wanted to be. I love dinosaurs. I wanted to be a paleontologist. But my childhood, like what every kid like wants to be like an astronaut or whatever. Like I guess mine was a baseball pitcher and a
Okay.
sports journalist, which I almost made it. You know what I'm saying? Doing that.
Listen, I fuck up all juggalos because Wiggles wanted to be a cop when he was a kid until he was like 9 and got a taste of reality, and that
Yeah.
shortly changed. But
Yeah, no, I played
I,
baseball, obviously, and I pitched the ball that I got from the Braves Stadium the day before in my backyard, and I pitched it, and this dude hit it right back at me, hit me right here, busted my head open, bro.
ooh,
Yeah, bro.
I,
He hit a line drive straight back at my face. First
I
pitch.
watched I watched that happen to a dude bust his nose, like broke his shit wide the fuck open. Like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, it was wild, bro. And this was the
Uh,
80s. This was like probably like 1990 or whatever. And so like I went into my dad's house and I was bleeding profusely, like not knowing what to do. And he was like, "Get out of my kitchen, you're gonna ruin the floor."
ah!
That's how we
Damn!
moved back then, bro. You know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like not so much tolerance.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, yeah. Uh, so I'm gonna reword this question for you. I asked this next question again to artists that I for sure know are Juggalo artists. But you don't have to be a Juggalo to know about this next question event. So, without further ado, I'm going to word it differently for you. Have you ever heard of and or been to the gathering of the Juggalos?
I've never been to it. I've been to an ICP show in Nashville. Well, it was, I don't even think it
Oh,
was an ICP show, but they were there. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah, I've been to festivals a couple times, and they're a blast. And I'm sure it will be a blast, but I've never been to the
Are you
gathering.
aware of our festival
Yeah,
though,
I'm
like
definitely
how
aware of
it
the
goes
gathering. Yeah.
down? And then if submitted, would you be willing to play it, or does it maybe terrify you or
No, check this
bother
out,
you?
right?
Because
I'm gonna
we
be
be,
honest.
if
I
you
already told
suck, we
Crow.
be throwing shit at you. You
Yeah,
know,
no, I
like we
already
ain't
told
playing
Crow, right?
around.
Like, I literally have never. I don't know if it's a God given gift or if I'm stupid or what, or smart or what. You know what I mean? But like, I've never had a fear of performing in front of people. So like, the number of people really doesn't do anything for me, like move me. But like the idea of performing at a festival and a festival that's going to be a fucking blast would be, dude. Like, it's literally on my it would be on my bucket list as an artist. You know, but performing at a festival, it's definitely on my artist bucket list. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Um, I like implore you, look up some Gathering of the Juggalos documentaries if you have it. I got a video myself from last year I put out, but you ain't even got to watch my shit. Go watch somebody else that really got their shit together. Brandon Buckingham's Gathering videos. I'll give that dude a shout out, and he don't need it because he's got millions of views. But I'm just saying, like for our event, it's he does pretty good on his videos and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's a good time. It's all love, but we also ain't about if you suck, you suck, and we're gonna let you know it, and you might get some shit thrown at you. And if you're
Right.
great, you might still get some Fago thrown at you because that's what we do. We cover ourselves in Fago. So,
Right.
uh,
Moon Mist.
yes, baby. Okay, so if you could collaborate with any artist that you haven't so far, mainstream and underground, give us somebody that you also feel is untouchable for you, but you would still like to. So,
Twista would be the untouchable, to be honest. Twista would be the
and,
untouchable. I would be so
and
scared to collab with that guy, but I would love to do it. You know what I'm saying?
why do you think he's
Uh,
untouchable? Is it
yeah,
just
I
his
just think he's
level and where he's at?
untouchable
You
as
can't
far as
afford
rap.
it, or
Well, I mean, obviously, I can't afford it right now. I think that
you think you
I
couldn't
think that
never
it's.
get a beat pack from him or something?
No, I mean, I could probably. I know places where I could get beat packs where he's probably on the beats and stuff. But I just mean like as far as like actually
Uh,
working with him.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if somehow a situation presents itself to be in contact with him, make a song, or go to the studio and make a song with him, I would probably shit my pants a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like out of like, what the fuck is going on?
Right. Star shook. Like you're like,
Yeah, yeah,
bruh.
yeah.
Like
Because
I'm,
like
I'm
just
gonna
like
be over here just doing my little shit. Don't look at me.
right.
Yeah. That no, yeah. Twista would be phenomenal. Okay, so that's your untouchable. But who would you like to collab with? Maybe that you haven't yet, but is possible in the underground.
You know,
And
sound that we've already talked about that you recognize and that I absolutely love. Who I think that we could really make some shit, bro. That like because his style's so close to what I'm used to and what I grew up on and what I like anyway, even in a modern sense, is Machiavelli God. Like I would that would
okay.
be, and he's actually from Atlanta and Tennessee. So I mean, I've never talked to the guy, but I really wouldn't say that's out of the question. You know what I'm saying?
Now I bet you could get a feature for like 200 or something
Right, right,
somewhere
right,
in there.
right. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how this shit
I
works, man. Like,
we'll
since I
see.
don't make music, 200 seems crazy to me for future,
Two
but
hundred's
maybe
cheap,
it's
bro.
not.
200's
I
cheap.
know for Ouija Mac, you're gonna pay 5 bands, bro, to
Right,
even get that man to talk to you. But he's got a following of like 70,000 people. You know what I'm
right,
saying? On his platforms, he's got the clowns behind him, but he's still underground. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah,
He's got
yeah, he
his own
is.
label, but
He's good. I
uh,
like him.
so I'm always just what's too much to somebody else? You know, and I guess it really depends on what they bring to the table. But then what do you bring to the table? You know, like
Well, you know,
I
it
try
does
to.
matter, but it also matters. Like if I'm gonna be willing to invest 200 is a good number, more than 200, 300, or 500 or $1,000 or more or whatever, then I really need to know that A, you fuck with my music. Like you're not just doing this, like I'll
For
have to
a
believe
pay.
that or know that. But B, and maybe even more important, that you're going to be behind the song. It'll be on your page and you'll either promote it or you'll post it or something, at least so that people know on your side that it exists, or the money's not really doing anything for me. You know what I'm saying? Like for me to pay
Right.
$500 to do a song with, you know, we'll say Ouija Mac, even though like obviously he's more than that, but like Ouija
Yeah,
Mac for
yeah.
however much, if it's just to do the song and I'm paying that much, then I'm a fan. I'm not an artist. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I want fair treatment. I don't want fan treatment if I'm going to work with somebody. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You
And
said it
I
as
don't really
real as it
believe, to
could
be
be.
honest, an artist of anywhere near my caliber, like let's say under 3,000 monthly listeners or zero monthly listeners, that they should be charging each other for features. I think that you either need to work with somebody because you respect them, like them, or want to give them an opportunity and they make good quality, or you just should just say no. Like, because what are you
Right.
really accomplishing charging $50 to let somebody drop a song, taking a cut out of the song and not believing in the fucking song? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. They just trying to get theirs. You're
Yeah, come
hoping
on,
on
man. You know what I'm
yours.
saying? Like
Right.
$50, $75, $100, that ain't shit.
It's almost like you keep your fans over there on your side, and I'll keep my fans over here, and
Literally.
let's save our $50.
Literally. And that's what I said the other day on Twitter. I said, it was a joke, but I was serious. But like I posted, I said, I charged $50 for feature. And I said, me. Oh, what a coincidence. Me too. So I guess that's $0. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Bruh,
Then it gets canceled
connections
out.
where it's at. I absolutely agree. Unless you're like trying to get somebody at a higher caliber, and then
Right.
it's not saying you can't even be a fan too and like their music, but there's some kind of gain there. So that person that is up here, they're gaining the income from the possible traction you're gaining from being on their stuff or whatever. That's their bit. I mean, and they might by chance gain some of your fans too.
Right.
But you know, the other way around, it's no, I absolutely get it. And you said that I think as best as anybody could that ain't bullshitting themselves. Connections should be made. That's another thing. I hope that by me doing these, like maybe, and I have, not to toot my own horn, but I've connected artists by doing so. And that's the
Right.
thing. Like, I hope that I can get some of y'all on the same level to interconnect and do features because it just helps, like, lift each other up. You know what I'm saying? Until you're at that next level, those connections can take you further than you know. And this person might know this person or might know. And yeah, I don't know. There's a lot
Yeah.
of greed. And I get it.
And
We all got to
that's
live.
something that was
We're
kind of in the
living in
back of my
this
mind.
world.
That was already in the back of my mind. So I don't know. I can't see how many listeners or viewers or whatever, but I see a lot of comments. So anybody that's an artist, I'm gonna send a shout right now. Like if y'all feel like you like my music or you like what I'm talking about or whatever, and you want to collab, I don't know how you're gonna do the links or whatever, but I mean I'll just say this: Robinhood _of _rhyme is my IG. That's probably the quickest way if you add me and message me. And I'm not always, and I can't take on 10 collabs at one time because I have a life or whatever. But like, I'm
Right.
never gonna just shut somebody down. I'm gonna listen to your shit and we're gonna talk about it and we're gonna just, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do what's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if anybody out there is
Right.
an artist who wants to work, just know where to get at me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. And yeah, we're just gonna get all of your links at the end of the stream, and I'm gonna put them in the description of this video. So when they click on that description, literally right below,
All right.
bam, that's gonna be aside from my little initial description, your links will be next. So right there at the top. Uh, Okay. Next question. Have you met anyone famous to you?
Musically, not really, but I did meet Steve McNair one time, which y'all probably don't. He was a quarterback for the Titans when we went to the Super Bowl here. I ain't really met anybody like that gets me out of my body. You know what I'm saying, or that I think is famous or whatever. You know what I'm saying. I'd love
Yeah.
to meet DJ Paul or 36 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd love that, but nah, I haven't.
um. Okay, so I've met a lot of artists now, but usually when I interview artists, it's weird to say I met an artist as a famous person because chances are they kind of met that person too or something or another. But I mean, I've met ICP, VIP, I've met Ouija Mac a couple
Right.
times. I'm gonna see him again, but I like to use as my answer. I met Polly Shore, and that was pretty
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah. Yep.
So, okay, enough with the heavy questions for a minute, anyhow. Let's lighten it up a little bit. What's your favorite color, man?
Royal blue. Always has been.
Oh, all
Royal
right. I
blue.
used to
Not
like
navy
blue as a
blue,
kid.
not blue, royal blue.
Yeah. Um, what's your favorite domesticated and wild type animal?
I love penguins and cheetahs. Penguins are just, not to be a soft ass, but they're just so damn cute. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
yeah.
fluffy. But like, and they've got a lot of cool facts about them that, you know what I mean? If you look into them, polar bears are also cool, but
Listen,
I really love cheetahs, and that happens to be my family crest animal. Domesticated,
oh,
I'd like to get a sugar glider, but I can't say it's my favorite. I'm a dog person. You know what I'm saying?
I love dogs. I love fucking sugar gliders. I want to get one. I used to own some parrots and stuff. I just never went ahead and made the commitment on a sugar glider. They do require like you got to give them attention. You really got to play with them and handle them and
Right.
or and they you need a good vet and just stuff like that. So I haven't got one, but that's dope. Dude, the fact that you say penguins, I think I only had one other artist ever say a penguin. I've done 70 interviews now. And one
Right.
other artist, I think, legitimately said a penguin, which is so dope. But listen, man, it ain't even soft. Like, do you know how tough a penguin is? This motherfucker just sitting there and below negative 32 degree,
Right.
like, come on, bro. They're tough
Blubber.
as shit.
Yeah, they are tough.
Uh, my favorite domesticated would definitely be a dog, and my wild type is a white tiger because they're beautiful and they'll kill you at the same time, and like they're not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like white tigers aren't supposed to exist, or some shit like that, or
Right.
whatever. So something about it is just like they're luring, and then
Royal
they'll eat
purple,
your
somebody
face.
said. That's a good color.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, before we get to the next page, I like to ask people in the chat if you have any questions for this man that I have not asked so far. Maybe go ahead and throw some in the chat for me so I can look back to them. Uh, while I'm waiting and hoping that somebody in the chat actually throws some questions, I'm gonna hit you with being in the underground scene. How do you try to separate yourself from other artists, being that it's so big?
Man, dude. Honesty, honesty, being real, and you kind of alluded to that earlier. You could tell, from what I understood, what you said is you could tell the authenticity of my rap. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, uh, performance is very important. Like when you're going to shows, and crowd interaction and just performance in general. And it's really something that's really can be it takes a lot of thought and a lot of effort. You know what I'm saying? So those are three things to recap: performance, honesty, and then just being real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like the performance one. Stage presentation can sell the whole thing for you, man. And this is how I like to word that. I like getting on this a little bit. So you can. you can lyrically, like vocally, kind of suck. Not really suck, but you know what I'm saying? You can fall short. But if you got a good stage performance, you're out there getting it, you're hyping, you're dancing, you're feeling, you know what I'm saying? You're
Right.
then it can sell where you lack on, just vocally or whatever. And like I don't know, vice versa though to a point. If a song, so you pay for an awesome beat, you know what I'm saying? Like that beat fucking just starts and it smacks, bro. The beat is hella hard. You better come harder. You better bring your A game, because that can make somebody that's all right, but they got this beat that's woo, and they don't bring it. You know what I'm
Their
saying?
vocals
So
or whatever,
then,
their energy. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, bro, you ruined that shit. When they're
Yeah.
not they're not down here, they're here. But compared to that beat and what they gave us, it wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? So
And here's another one for you to consider. You can have great lyrics and you can have a good vocal presence on the mic, but if you don't know what to do with your body and your presentation, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, you're just
you're not
kind
gonna
of
capture any imagination. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Um, well, I don't see no new questions, and that's okay. Hopefully, somebody will drop some down there. Uh, the next question on my list is what type of music did your parents listen to, and do you think that affects like the type of music you make at all, or
It affected what I was willing to listen to, but here's it's a crazy thing, right? Is my mom likes so she likes a lot of stuff, but like some of her favorite artists is like Luther Vandross and like Anita Baker, and you know what I'm saying? Like
ah,
I'll say cultural artists, you know what I'm saying? From like the 80s and shit. And but
hell
like she
yeah.
really does not give a fuck about rap or my music or my at all, bro. And
Oh,
my dad sort of listened like Three Dog Night was his favorite band, but he listened like the Four Seasons and like you know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot of
right.
cultural upbringing in my music taste already before I got into rap, you know what I'm saying? But like ironically, my parents don't personify that specifically. Mostly my mother doesn't really give a shit about rap. Like she just doesn't, you know what I mean? And that's fine.
Right.
That's fine, whatever, you know what I mean? But it also it affects it affects me to a degree because like I don't really feel like I get like support and she'll never respect it. Like she'll never listen to what I'm doing and be like, yeah, that's actually I could see that art, you know what I mean? And like so that affects the person, you know what I'm saying? Like
I guess I can see how it affects you, and I don't mean to laugh on that.
no, it's
I
cool. Yeah,
just
I mean
I laugh at the just she listened to like Luther Van I can't even Vandross, and that's that baby making music,
right.
that's that good shit. That's that like R.
Right.
Kelly or Key Sweat twist, the bump and grind type shit.
Right. Good shit. Exactly from a different generation.
But
So that's crazy.
I don't know. I guess Mama gets a pass, right? Uh,
Yeah,
my
she gets a
mom
pass.
doesn't
That's her one pass.
like no Juggalo rap music. Never did. She was a Bible
Nah.
thumper on and off my whole life,
Right.
so she didn't
Right.
even
Right.
like that my hair was dreaded. But oh well, I love my mama still,
Right.
but. That's funny though, because my point is the next question I asked is, do you have any siblings and do they support your music?
Um. My. Okay. So I'll be honest with you. Like I say, honesty or whatever. Like my brothers, my 3-year-old brother. He's not supportive of anything, but he's also not supportive of anything really. Like one thing, he lives in Denver. He smokes weed. You know what I mean? Like he moved to Denver so he can smoke weed. He's very like to himself. So he's never really, I don't know because he's never really responded to it. My other brother is 6 years older and he has coincidentally, and we didn't know it for some months after it happened, but like he started a rock band. They perform and stuff too. You know what I mean? He started a rock band like around the same time I started doing this. Now, like, started a rock band to become famous. They just do it.
Pause for a minute, homie. Pause for 1 minute. Oh, okay,
yeah. But we share our own stuff to each other. You know what I mean? You good?
Yeah, no, your camera, at least on my end, looked like it was starting to like you're gonna freeze again. So I just wanted to catch you and allow it to maybe catch up or whatever, so you didn't.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're good. Continue. I'm listening. I think that's dope.
Well, so basically, him and I, we will share music with each other of our own music sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Now, have you talked about a collab?
No.
Rock and rap?
I did.
Bro, that's your brother. He owes you, and you owe him. That's what I mean. There ain't no pay. Like, look, bro, we need to do this just to make it happen.
He was born in 77, I think, and he don't owe the world shit, bro. He's a Gen X.
Well, right. You know what I'm saying. I'm just saying. That's how.
I made a rock rap track last night, and I wish I could share a snippet with y'all in here. Like, I could send you the video to your messenger if somehow you could play it. But if not, that's fine. But I mean, it's a banger, bro. I never thought I would make rock rap, but it is fucking fire, bro.
Are you on a phone or a laptop?
I'm on a phone, and unfortunately, I don't even own a laptop right now. I'm broke.
No, dude, I just elevated my game to get a laptop, and I'm streaming on my phone right now. But I know if you're on a laptop, you can share screen, and you could have like pulled up a music video, and it would come up as another guest. And then I would just click it, and it'd play, and then it'd disappear. But, yeah. All right. No, I just think that'd be really cool. Your brother makes music. You make music. There's already a genre that's rock, rap, mixed and shit. Like, hey, bro, let's do this. Like, it's a one-off for both of us. Maybe you get some of my fans, maybe I get some of yours. We're brothers doing some shit. Like, that would just be tight. I don't know if his band would be like, oh, we got to get a pay or a commission. Tell him, look, man, I just want you then to feature, write some shit on this. Give me a little 16 bars.
Well, we're both vocalists, so really I could literally, if I did something, I could have him rock a part and I could rap a part or something, you know what I mean? But we're both vocalists, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That'd be pretty cool. Robinhood of Rhyme, what would you say to someone who is scared to put music out?
Oh, we talked about that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. My fault.
What would you say to someone who is scared to put out music? I would say, like literally, this is going to sound cliche, corny, and maybe even old school. YOLO, my guy. Like literally, here, but I used to selling tickets. I was selling tickets to shows, so I was supporting the show. So I was hype manning, so I was battle manning, battling rappers, and it moved on and progressed. But the thing about it is, man, like literally YOLO. Like if I had not done what I'm doing now over the last 3 years, like on my own time and released my own stuff, I would have regrets. And I'll never quit my career until I feel like I can quit it without regret. So if you want to be shy, that's cool. Because you can use that to make sure that you're safe or whatever. And you can use that to make sure that your music is good before you put it out, and you can release that shit, and everybody can go, this shy, quiet guy did this, and they're like, it's gonna blow their fucking mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're hesitant to do that shit, the only way you'll know is if you do it. You know what I'm saying?
You got to take the plunge. Okay. From a YouTube perspective, I used to watch creators before I was confident to get up here on camera. You know how many people just blindly see my videos now and shit? I have no control of who sees my shit once I upload it. That's on the wildfire, But you got to take that plunge. You got to press play. You got to just record. You got to make that first video. You got to make that first song. You got to take that first step, because you'll never know, and it will get easier. Maybe it won't be easy generally for you, but it will get easier to do it and then do it again. And
He
like if
said,
it's something that you really want to do,
he said
go ahead.
regrets kind of like think face, right? So I want to ask him a question. Do you not want to? Do you enjoy making music? Like, do you want to release music, or have you released music, Crow? You know what I'm saying? And while he takes time to answer that, I'll say, yeah, like regrets. Like, I'm a 40-year-old man. I don't know how old you are, but when you're 25, you live with no regrets and you do what you want to do. And then as life progresses, you have to start doing what life requires of you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like when you're 70 and you look back and you're in a nursing home and this dude sits down next to you and says, I used to tour with Billie Eilish or whatever, right? Or ICP or whatever, right? You're going to be like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have done that. You know what I mean? So yeah, just don't
Right.
don't live with regrets. You know what I'm saying? Like if you feel like
Right.
you're not ready, or if you feel like you only want to do it as a hobby or whatever, either do it lightly or don't do it. But like if you feel like you're gonna regret it, yeah, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like do it at some point, do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. It's okay to make music just for you. If you ain't, I mean, not every. I've met people that literally this is like a side hobby to them. They do other shit like make movies and random like they got a whole different career and that's okay too. Some
Right.
people come up here and this is it for them, man. If this doesn't make it, they don't know what the hell they're gonna do with themselves. And I don't necessarily agree with that way of thinking, but you know what I'm saying? That's still a passion. That's the motivation behind them, and they're putting out burners, boy. Just so
Right.
whatever it is to you, allow it to be without it consuming like
Either side of you.
your mental psyche. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like if it becomes a negative in a real like so much weight, then maybe it's not the time
So
right
think about
now.
Kanye, for example. Think about everything that he's done and accomplished, but think about
Give me a
like
second. I'll
all the
let
shit
these
he's gone
dogs out.
through, all the shit he's gone through, and all the shit that he's done and said.
Okay,
Like
you're
he
gonna
wouldn't
see.
be,
Ain't shit.
he wouldn't be who he is had he not showed up at the record company and knocked on their door and tried to walk in and fucking was not stopped until they listened to his record. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'd rather try something that I really was passionate about, even if it was like a brief passion, and give it a go and fail and bust my ass or whatever the negative that you're afraid of happen and say, hey, at least I tried. Now I know better or whatever. Than
And
to
people will
have
respect you
that
more for
what
that.
right than to have that what if what not could this have been what you know what I'm saying like sorry my light shut off I'm trying to correct that but yeah so I mean you got to have faith in yourself do what you love and enjoy you know I think ultimately that's where it should start do you love and enjoy making music and is that for you or did you literally like oh well I guess I got a talent and I could make some money off of it
He
because
said it's an
you're
eye
not
opener, and I feel like anybody that is the eye opener when somebody with experience speaks. They have two things: they have intelligence and desire, and that means they probably between the two of those two things have some skill. So take the time to refine your skill, find the perfect song, and release one song, and go from there, my guy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say this. Uh, I wanted to stay in here forever, and I also stayed pretty long, uh, like maybe longer than I feel like I should have. Not because I've got anything going on, because I got people waiting on me though. So fuck them. But like, if we want to decompress any type of way, or if there's any more questions for me or anything, but I am going to go shortly in about 5 minutes or so or less. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Okay, no, see, I appreciate you doing that. Let me ask this last question. Then we ain't got to do the game questions, but I might get back with you on that if you're cool with
Okay,
it. We
yeah,
might do
we
some
could
little
pick up.
short.
Yeah, we could
Um,
pick up where we left off another time or anything. I don't
well,
like I said, I can't see how many people are viewing
yeah,
this,
no,
but I'm grateful. You know what I mean?
no, yeah, you're great. Last question then. Robin Hood of Rhyme. how did you come up with that screen name, stage name? You know, your name, and do you have a logo that you came up with that's identifiably you? Rather, it's on a hat, it's on a shirt, it's on a car, it's on a milk carton, like that is definitely Robin Hood of Rhyme. So, how did you come up with that name, real quick? And do you have a logo?
Like I said earlier, I have a Southern Stylistics ENT logo, and it's a tree breaking through a concrete. It symbolizes unity, and it's got music notes falling from the tree. I'll send that to you so you can see it, or I'll post it, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I haven't used it. I haven't branded. I haven't merched. I have merched, but I have some financial issues that presented themselves that prevented me from carrying that out the way I wanted to. I had a website and everything designed, and I just it all fell through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Luckily, I kept going, but the name Robin Hood of Rhyme. I'm glad that's a great last question. It's perfect actually. My rap name is Be Mad or Automatics. My name, just to throw this out there, Brandon Maddox, is my real name. My government, nobody will know that past this live. So if somebody tells, I know who y'all, I know who you are, I know where you live. No, I'm just kidding. But no,
Docs.
so my rap name was Be Mad when I was a teenager, like crazy, like mad, like wild, like crazy. And then Automatics when I was in Louisiana, because Maddox, you know what I'm saying? And then but Robin Hood this time around, I was trying to make music for the people, both politically and as a guide to like new creation, new sound, and I have new genre ideas and all that I haven't really forced out yet, you know, and like I'm working on.
Right.
But it means Robin Hood means like taking back to give what wasn't freely given. My moniker is hustle, grind, rinse, repeat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all that. So really, what it is the rap community. We could go on and on about this, but the rap community is huge. And worldwide, it's probably the biggest. I'm pretty sure it's the biggest genre of music. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it also doesn't get some certain respect, and it also hasn't had certain growth that it needs to have, and it also has been played down by the industry and controlled by the industry by prisons being used to be filled by the music that's created, and I stand against that. You know what I'm saying? And some of my
Absolutely.
songs, not all of my songs, but some of my songs capture that, and I realized that you can't completely change A, who you are, and B, what people hear without some type of segue. So I had to go back into making more different types of sounds to gather fans. But that's what I stand for is the unity of social, the opposite of social division, like social unity and like fairness, equality, and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Listen, man. I thank you for taking the time that you did take out of your night to come kick it with us. I hope this benefits you. I hope people check you out. Send me your links and all that as soon as you hop off here through Messenger. We'll get those in the chat. We'll line up some little short videos maybe to make a little fun or catchy videos, or maybe we'll get you back on. Prod by 714 said, "Ask what? Ask him his thought on Jews." That's a weird
How do
question
I
at
feel
the
about
end.
Jews? All right, look, I'm gonna cover that. I'm Celtic, okay? Um, I believe that I hate Nazis as much as probably anyone. That doesn't mean that I love Jews. I believe that each individual group of people should have their own right to live and survive. But I don't feel any certain type of special type of way about Jews, if that answers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that I do feel like they control Hollywood, to be honest with you, and get political, since that's what I was just talking about. And I'm sure you're digging at me from that perspective. I do feel like a lot of our country and a lot of our politics that are behind our movies and our music are controlled by the Jewish community. And I'm not going to say whether that's a good or bad thing, but I will say that I don't think it's a good thing for anybody to have power and control over too much of anything,
Right, right. It should be fair and
independent, like individually.
equality.
You know what I'm saying?
Um, Yeah, no doubt. Snoop from the Hill. I don't think I've ever seen you in here, homie, but whoop whoop, I appreciate you. Sushi Roll, you came in at the last minute too. And Fraud By, you came in at the last minute too. I'm guessing maybe y'all just found me and wasn't subbed. I know you had to be subscribed for like at least 10 minutes in order to comment. So that could be where that came from last minute. But look, homie was trying to hop
Spin
off
it
here.
back.
He's got
Yeah,
some
I gotta
stuff to
go. I'm
do.
gonna tell them to spin it back. I got a video, and I'm gonna let him speak for me on how he feels like the value of the interview was and how I did, so that y'all know whether it's worth your time to go back and listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
I
I'm
like to end my stream, so you can hop out now if you want, but I'm gonna end my
all right.
stream how I end all
Yeah.
my streams.
All right. Cool.
I like to end my stream. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Give me those links. Uh, and I like to end my streams by, telling people, tell somebody you love them, man. Life is too short, and you don't know who needs to hear that shit. When I was homeless at 19, there wasn't a person that looked at me and thought, man, this kid's homeless and he needs somebody to talk to. Not one person. But I did, you know what I'm saying? Life's too short. You really can change or alter the way somebody thinks just by being nice. And I know for some that's kind of corny, right? We're supposed to be tough and macho, and you can be both. It's okay to stand on business where it counts, but you ain't got to be a complete POS your whole day. You know what I'm saying? So tell somebody you love them and just be a good person. Be the face of reasoning and humanity and your circle of people even. Uh, and that was a different interview. I don't know. That was cool. I hope to have more interesting random interviews. Maybe not on the dipping out, but hey, I told him if ever he needed to just hop out, do it. That's cool. What did you guys think? Those of you that are in the chat right now, there's 8 people watching. Did you watch that? Did you watch any of this interview? What was your thoughts on Robinhood of Rhyme? I'm actually gonna go check out his music more too, because he does got a different type of style, and he does touch into some horrorcore on the elements. So I mean, I see it. There's 8 people watching. Are you guys new and not subbed and can't talk, or what's up? Let me know. Hit the like button, please. You gave solid answers. We got one answer to that. Lumberjack, it was nice to see you in here! Woo-hoo! For real. And I believe you. I just don't see you in chat enough. Because if you was in here enough, I'd been slapped you with that wrench, dude. I'd be needing real mods. People that really support me. I'll be looking into him. Crow, yeah, he was pretty cool. I just came, sorry. I'm animated. You're animated? You make animations? How do I get a hold of you, Sushi Roll? You're gonna make my next video for me. Let's collab. Let's do a feature. At any rate, y'all, it's been great. I might start another stream later on a separate accord, but I'm gonna hop off this dude's interview. Whoop whoop.